I don't even know. I don't even know what sounds, what words that should just come out of my mouth right now. I'm just so. If I look like a mess, ladies and gentlemen, it's because I am an absolute mess right now. That was one of the most stressful games I've ever sat through in my entire life. Let's just let's just roll some footage. You guys want some footage? Let's just roll some footage. Come on, let's go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Los Angeles Bias. As usual, I'm your host, Russell, here at the University of Southern California, and oh my, what a game. What a game. I've never witnessed anything quite like that. I've never had to go through anything so stressful in my life. But you know what, before we get to any of the football, any of that stuff, I want to share with you like my entire day. I had one of the more exciting, one of the more fun days of my entire life today. Starting at like 7:30 in the morning when I got up, and like right now it's a new day. It's morning of the next day. I don't even want to tell you guys what time it is. It's late. It's late. It's past my bedtime. But I've got a ton of great tailgate footage for you guys. A lot of great friends, family. This was like the first time I really got to throw a tailgate. So huge shout out to all the clubs I'm part of. Huge shout out to USC Nikkei, Mixed SC, formerly known as Hop SC. Shout out to all my board members, all my great friends. Shout out to all the familiar faces you'll see in this video. A lot of shout outs today. Obviously, you'll be seeing a lot of me, Matt, Mary, Maggie from a couple episodes ago. Huge shout out to Elizabeth, president of Mixed SC. We're going to go to the rest of the games together from now on, Elizabeth, because that was a ton of fun. Who else is in this video? You'll see a bunch of Aili. If you like Aili, check out the link in the description down below. Go ahead and check out her channel. But yeah, enjoy the footage, enjoy the tailgate. I'll talk to you guys in a little. Bye-bye.
Is that good? Is that enough? Is that... What? Somebody say stop. Stop! Okay.
Okay, so that was our tailgate. Yeah, sorry, Mom, but that's pretty much where my tuition's going. Everyone, please ignore the massive amounts of alcohol in that video. Don't worry about it. Family-friendly show. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into the football stuff. Oh my gosh. Wow. My oh my. That was a game. That was something. I don't think I've ever been so stressed out about something in my entire life. Like in that way, just only that specific college football way that just stresses out students, stresses out fans. But let's just jump into it. I'm gonna try and stay on track as much as possible in this video, not give you a 20-minute video. But okay, that was not the prettiest game for the USC Trojans. I'm just gonna be blunt, gonna be straightforward. There were a lot of holes. I saw a lot of holes in every aspect of the game, whether it be defense, offense, special teams, coaching. Even in this game, there was just a lot of wasted timeouts, a lot of just wasted reps in this game, and you cannot have that for a number 4 team. I mean, we almost lost to Texas in a game where we should have beaten Texas by like 20 something points.
Welcome back, Mary Maggie, the return. Okay, the freshies. Expert analysis on the Texas game. Go.
We have no idea what's happening, but we're excited. Woo!
That's the best way.
We're winning! Yeah! Right on!
Elizabeth, halftime analysis. Elizabeth, halftime analysis. What do you think? How do you think this game's going so far?
That was rough, but that last play, I know we have it in us. Also, it's a freaking unranked great team. I can't even talk. I'm so angry.
We're just shaking. We're shook.
So mad.
Okay.
But we're gonna take it home.
14-7 at halftime. Things could be going better, but we got this.
But guys, oh my god, this game had everything. This game really, it would not have been a proper USC Texas rematch revenge game from the 2005 Rose Bowl. 12 years in the making. If we would have blown them out, it would have not have been a Texas game. It wouldn't have. I mean, this game seriously had everything from a extremely boring 0-0 first quarter to Texas taking the lead with 45 seconds left to a Sam Darnold 80-yard drive to set up for the game-tying field goal to a double overtime win cemented by a true freshman walk-on kicker.
Actually crying. He's actually crying. He's actually crying.
I mean, I've said this to people before. College football is the best reality TV show in history. You cannot write this stuff. It just happens. It's just I'm sorry. Don't watch The Bachelor. Watch college football. Right? They're the same thing, right? No? Okay. But let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and jump into the numbers. First thing I want to talk about is our lack of running game. Ronald Jones and Stephen Carr, they were held down. Oh my god. I'm going to look at the stats right here. A total of 71 rushing yards in this game. That's for the 3 running backs. So Ron Jones, 18 attempts, 47 yards. Stephen Carr, 9 attempts, 28 yards. Vavai Melepeai, 4 attempts, 8 yards. And then Sam Darnold, 6 attempts with minus 12 yards. And that's with sacks and everything like that. So all in all, 37 attempts, 71 yards. That's terrible. That is an awful number to be saying for the USC rushing game, especially coming off an amazing Stanford game where we just ran all over the Cardinal. We just could not take down the Longhorns in the trenches. Our lines were not playing very well. I don't know if Texas's D-line is just extremely underrated and I just had not heard enough about them, but they made our O-line look silly. We could not run the ball down the middle. We did not get over 10 yards in the middle of our line. Everything was just taken on the outside because they had such great penetration. Our O-line could not get a single block today, and that's worrisome, especially after having such a terrible game in Western Michigan and then having such a great game in Stanford. I don't want to have this weird bell curve thing going. We need to be more consistent on both sides of the line. Our D-line could not get a push up front as well. I believe we did have 4 sacks or something like that, but that does not tell the full story because there were 3 sacks on one drive alone. So after that, we could not get this true freshman quarterback. What's his name? Sam Ellinger or whatever, something like that. I thought Shane Buechele was going to start. They go ahead and start the true freshman who was just throwing it down the field. He had about 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, but his receivers were going up and catching the ball, making our defense look kind of silly. I mean, I love the way Jack Jones plays. He plays with a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, and I respect that. He loves the sport of football, but there were times he looked silly. They made him look bad in some of these things, and shout out to him because he did play his heart out, but he's gonna have to work on that. He got beat a lot, and he's a fast guy. He should not be getting beat like that. But speaking of our defense, our defense went from, it was like they played great, but they didn't play as well as it seemed. It's so hard to explain. So in the first half, our defense held Texas to under 100 yards. Under 100 yards of total offense. That is an amazing stat. But that doesn't tell nearly the entire story. If I would have just told you that, you would have expected, oh, then Texas is going to have 0 and USC should have like 30 at that point. No, not at all. It's just, our defense had like 3 turnovers, fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, amazing interception by Marvell Tell, amazing interception by Jack Jones.
Get him!
And then that strip fumble at the end of the game to set up the game-winning field goal. I mean, if I would have told you that we had 3 turnovers like that, you also would have expected us to win by like 20 or 30 points. But no, our offense could not click for a long time. And then when our offense would start to click, our defense would not click, and then vice versa. But you know what? Big shout out to our defense, because without them playing the way they did, I'd be giving you a different video right now. That's for sure. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to give it to him right now. We're going to make the USC defense, just because it was severely a team effort, the dude of the day, or I guess the dudes of the day. I mean, I watched Cam Smith like dislocate a finger or something like that, run off to the sideline, get it taped up, and then get back in there. I mean, Porter Gustin playing with like a broken foot, just getting surgery, playing the entire game. Once again, Jack Jones, he was out. He got hurt a couple times. Matt Marshall, you know, he was out there the entire day. Our defense, all things considered, they played their hearts out, and without the way they played, then we don't get this W. So, dudes of the day, I'm gonna make this word up right now. Dudely. You're not Studley, you're Dudely. I'm gonna run with it, okay? I'm running with it. Thank you guys for playing so Dudely. Great job. Just great job. So, oh my gosh. And then Sam Darnold. It was another very much so. It was a very much Sam Darnold game. So, 3 touchdowns. The weekly 2 interceptions for some reason, but 400 yards plus, and a couple very key plays on the ground. He did Sam Darnold things. He extended plays. He made throws. He led the USC Trojans on an amazing, like, literally last minute drive, 45 seconds. I know I've already talked about it, but he did his job. He did his job. Sorry for if there's like a lack of footage in this video, just because there wasn't too much to film. Every time USC had a 4th down, they just couldn't get it. Every time USC really had the opportunity to just go out there and make a play, it just seemed like they couldn't do it. So that was really worrisome. I'm glad we were able to pick it up in the end, but let's not scare everyone as much next time, huh guys? Alright, let's make a deal. Let's not do that again. Other headlines for this. Is Texas back? I don't think so. They played up to us. We played down to them. Texas is not back, but they will be back soon. Hopefully after we play them next year. UCLA suffers a tough loss to Memphis, 45-48. Man, you know, we're very, like, even though our wide receivers today dropped a ton of balls. I mean, oh my God, just Stephen Mitchell seemed to just drop every other pass. Jalen Green dropped a ton of passes. I know he's a backup quarterback, but still, even the sure-handed Deontay Burnett dropped a couple passes, and that was a big difference. Even though our receivers ended up getting 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, they could have gotten a lot more. But Sam Darnold at least has that help. Josh Rosen has no help, and he's got no defense. From a defense that was supposed to be so good at the beginning of the year, you see his defense is just so weak up the middle. They lose to Memphis in just a shootout. And then, of course, you know, Matthew McConaughey on the sideline, on Texas' side. All right. I can't do it. I mean, like, I might know somebody who can do a better Matthew McConaughey impression.
You know, the events that happened last night were something I've never seen before. You know, I like to think time is cyclical. And while USC lost in 4th quarter back in 2006, we lost in overtime in 2017. Makes me think that life is just a big circle, and that you're born one day, and then Sam Darnold ruins your life when you die. But who knows?
see, do I know anybody like that? That's okay. But, you know, that was the USC Texas game. Just an absolute thriller. Another game to remember. People were calling that Rose Bowl the best college football game in history. This is not on that level, but this was up there. I mean, just the highs, the lows from both sides of the ball. I thought we had lost. I had lost hope, but then I remembered we have Sam the Man Darnold. So before I close it, gotta do what we gotta do. Boom. USC victory hat. My hair is already a mess. I already look like a mess. It's fine. But your USC Trojans are now 3-0. Next week is our first away game up at Berkeley against Cal. I will not be there, but I will still be putting out a video as usual with the same amount of commentary. But you know what? Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Oh, man, I just hope you were all able to experience that game like I was with just the full emotion. But thank you guys for coming. I will talk to you all next week. Beat the Bears and fight on.
That's it.
It's a touchdown!